take the case of some types of chrysanthemums. These plants will flower only if the day length is 15 hours or shorter. Now consider spinach. Yes, our Popeye's favorite superfood. I think many children ate spinach just because of this famous cartoon character Popeye. This plant spinach will flower only if the day length is 13 hours or longer. Now let me underline 15 hours of day length and 13 hours of day length. Let's go through the underlined words. You might have already noted that I have given a particular number of hours of day length related to flowering of these plants. This particular number of hours of day length is the critical day length or critical photoperiod of that plant. I will explain more on critical photoperiod later in this video. But from here, you can at least understand that critical photoperiod is different for different plants. For chrysanthemums, it is 15 hours, while for spinach, it is 13 hours. Now let me underline the words shorter and longer. In the case of chrysanthemum, it will flower when the day length is equal to or shorter than its critical photoperiod. The important word here is shorter. Such a plant which will flower when the day length is equal to or shorter than its critical photoperiod is called a short day plant. On the other hand, spinach will flower only when the day length is equal to or longer than its critical photoperiod. The important word here is longer. Such a plant which will flower when the day length is equal to or longer than its critical photoperiod is called a long day plant. Now let's suppose that it is summer season in the temperate regions. You may know that in these regions during summer, the days are longer and nights are shorter. For example, consider a day with 14 hours of photoperiod, which is actually a long day condition. Both chrysanthemums and spinach will flower, but remember that only spinach is a long day plant while chrysanthemum is a short day plant. It is because spinach also flowers if exposed to 16 hours of daylight, but chrysanthemum does not. On the other hand, the short day plant chrysanthemum can flower when exposed to just 8 hours of daylight, but the long day plant spinach cannot. Now I hope that you understood clearly what a short day plant is and what a long day plant is. By the way, did you know that spinach cannot flower in the tropics? From what we discussed until now, can you guess why? If you can guess the answer, type it right now in the comment box below. I will be eagerly waiting for your responses. Besides chrysanthemums, some more examples for short day plants are cocklebur, which has a critical photoperiod of 16 hours. This means that cocklebur will flower when exposed to a day length of 16 hours or shorter. Some other examples are poinsettias, strawberries, primroses, rice, sugarcane, etc. Short day plants generally flower in early spring or autumn when the days are shorter and nights are longer. But as I mentioned before, some short day plants with a critical photoperiod of 15 hours like that of chrysanthemums or 16 hours like that of cocklebur will flower in summer also. Besides spinach, some more examples for long day plants are some types of potatoes, some wheat varieties, lettuce, radish, etc. These plants generally flower in summer season when the days are longer and nights are shorter. Now let's define critical photoperiod. It can be defined as the length of the day in a 24-hour cycle required to induce flowering of long day plants or to inhibit flowering of short day plants. Let's go through the example of chrysanthemum and spinach once again. Here, when the day length is longer than the critical day length, long day plants like spinach will flower, while in short day plants like chrysanthemums, day length longer than its critical day length will inhibit flowering. Besides long day and short day plants, there is another interesting group of plants, the day neutral plants. Sunflower is an example. In these plants, flowering is not affected by the length of the day. So altogether, there are 3 groups of flowering plants based on their day length requirement for flowering: short day plants, long day plants, and day neutral plants. The day neutral plants will start flowering after a period of vegetative growth and then will flower throughout the year. Some more examples for day neutral plants are tomato, cucumber, cotton, maize, etc. So by now, you know why some plants flower only during a particular season and also why some plants are seen only in the temperate regions or in the tropics. Of course, one of the main factors is the length of the day, which differs according to seasons and geographical zones.